Next up, at UFC Vegas 89, we have the co-main event of the evening. This is a bizarre co-main event to me. I'm looking forward to this fight. I have a bet on this fight, but I do feel like it made more sense when Peyton Talbot and Cameron Saban was the co-main event. You got two prospects that you're trying to push. So unless the UFC is really trying to push Karl Williams here, or if they think Justin Tafa is as big of a fan favorite as like a Tai Tuivasa is, this is an interesting. Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, this is much better than if it was Junior. I mean, if it was Junior, Karl, I think Karl would have fucking smoked him. This one is definitely a lot more interesting than the Junior fight, but it definitely is a weird co-main event. But it's a weird card in general, so it is what it is.
Yeah, well, and if we didn't have the Peyton Talbot fight, I would get why this is the co-main, but I think the Peyton Talbot one should be, just because let's showcase two prospects and see what we get. But either way, we got Karl Williams taking on Justin Tafa in what should be a good heavyweight fight. This is not the heavyweight opener that we broke down to start this video. Karl Williams, 9-1 overall, 5-0 in his last 5. He is coming off of that decision win over Chase Sherman. He's taking on Justin Tafa. 7-3 overall, 3-1-1 in his last 5. He's coming off the fight swap with his brother back at 298. So if you don't know, at UFC 298, Justin Tafa was supposed to fight Marcos Rogerio de Lima. At weigh-ins, I'm sure this happened the night before, but everybody found out. At weigh-ins, Justin Tafa was hurt. Do you remember what he was hurt with? It was a knee or something?
Tweaked his knee, warming up, cutting weight or whatever, I think.
At weigh-ins, Justin Tafa hurt his knee. So his brother, who was also a UFC heavyweight, who was there to corner him and is fully licensed, was like, I'll fight. So his brother, Junior Tafa, weighed in.
Who was training for this fight. So he was kind of training. Weighed
in, fought, got the shit kicked out of him. And then now Justin is stepping in for his brother. They did a full swap about a month, right? Maybe 5 weeks. They just did a swap. So now Justin Tafa...
That was a good show, man. We used to watch that show all
the
time.
I loved Wife
Swap.
Was
a great
How about that fat kid screaming about the bacon or whatever the hell? That's like an all-time clip. I'll find it. It's literally an all-time clip.
And you screaming, I love Wife Swap is...
I love Tiffany's, just her head pops up like a fucking burnt. What did he say? Anyway.
Just the lights go out like Undertaker. The lights go out and come back on and she's standing. Dude, that would be so incredible, like the Undertaker. Just poof, and then whoop, and she's just right over top of you. Oh my God, I'd literally lose my fucking shit.
I mean, and it's not like out of the realm of what she would do.
You have to. I don't care if it's pre-planned. You got to try and do that at some point. That would be incredible.
But
my God, that would be incredible.
We have, especially because you're already afraid of her. So that just really...
I'm not afraid of fucking nothing, dude. You bring her in here right now, I'll fucking tell it to her face.
No, you wouldn't. You would tell it to her through the headphones on my head.
I'm not afraid of anything, anybody.
Anyways, my neighbor texted, the comments are lame tonight. Everybody's talking about the fights. He literally watches just to see people call me fat and horrible things so he can screenshot it and send it to the group chat.
say your best. This would be good. In the chats or even in the comments, too, if you're watching this post, whatever. Like the stream if you haven't already. Just your most witty. Don't be like just mean to be mean. Just your most witty thing about Angelo. Just something real funny.
Or just like... He seems like a good dad. He's pretty sharp with the fight picks. Like stuff like that is good too.
No, it seems like Angelo seems like a guy that if the power is out for 3 days, he would think about eating his own kid. Like I can't order a pizza, and you're just looking at him like, yeah, fuck, man. I bet you thought about which one you'd eat first.
I'll eat that old dog. He's plenty of fat. The kids are too skinny. Skin and bones.
We don't want PETA. Yeah, we don't want PETA against us.
Okay. Anyway, Karl Williams. He is a powerful striker. He is always looking to send a big right hand. He sends everything with power. He does manage to keep them straight. It's not looping. It's just straight up the middle. That's the sound that it makes when you throw a punch right up the middle. If he sees that you're hurt, he will open up. He will get a little loopy, try to finish. But if he doesn't finish, he will back up. He will reset. He has good wrestling as well. He wrestled before MMA, so he has a accomplished wrestling background, and he uses that in fights. He's got 12 takedowns in the UFC. I'm not done, believe me, I get there. He's got 12 takedowns in the UFC, but he is coming off the decision over Chase Sherman where he looked horrible. He looked absolutely terrible. He barely beat a short notice Chase Sherman. His strikes looked like shit. His leg got chewed up. His wrestling was absolute garbage. He looked bad in that fight. He's taking on Justin Tafa. We know who he is at this point. He's just a thick man with giant legs, power in his hands. He will thunder kick your legs. He will headhunt with his strikes. He is a professional kickboxer, or was, but I will say the longer he fights MMA, the older he gets, the less clean the striking is, and the more it's just, I've got a granite chin. I know I have power. I'll find it. And that's basically how he fights. Moves forward, looking to land that big power. His last actual fight, he knocked out Austin Lane. And I was a big Karl Williams guy before the Chase Sherman fight. I'm pretty sure he was in the safety parlay that week. And my God, did he suck in that fight. And maybe that fight was the anomaly. Maybe he is this great prospect. And Chase Sherman, for whatever reason, was just a pain in his ass. But my notes, when I'm able to watch the fights live, the same spreadsheet I'm reading right now, I add a column during the fights, and I'll just take my notes with what I'm feeling right then in the moment. And my notes were, anybody with good takedown defense and leg kicks beats Karl Williams. And that's exactly who Chase Sherman is. He's never been taken, Justin Tafa is. He's never been taken down in the UFC. He's got those big ass legs, the fucking huge hips. He's not a guy you easily take down. He hits like a freight train, and he will kick your legs. I think Justin Tafa can win this fight. I have a quarter of a unit because these are still heavyweights, and Karl Williams might be that guy. I am basing all of this off of one bad fight. I got him at plus 220. And if you're a premium member, you got that incredible value. That has tightened. We're at plus 146. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I like Karl Williams here. And people will keep talking about, the takedown defense of Justin Tafa, but it's like, he hasn't fought a wrestler. He hasn't fought a wrestler. The only guy that really would wrestle would be like an Austin Lane, I guess, but he's like so big and so tall, it's hard for him to really level change. So it's like, yeah, he's shown decent takedown defense, but he hasn't really faced a guy like Karl Williams. Karl Williams is a blast double, put you on your ass type of dude, and I believe that's what he's going to do. The issue,
Keep going. All right, shut up. Would you shut up and finish breaking this fight down?
Here we go, baby. Let's get going. Main event time. We've got
Shut up. Break it down. Stop.
Woo. Listen, Karl Williams is a guy that's I think he's gonna get a takedown. Now, the biggest question mark is going to be what happens after the first round, because Karl Williams hasn't shown that he's really a finisher with those takedowns. He's shown previously that he can be with the ground and pound, with the fucking. I just read a comment that said the kid's bricked up, and it's 100% true. I had to sit down real quick. He had to sit down real fucking quick. But what's going to happen in the second round? Because Karl Williams does get tired, and he's a guy that says, I don't get tired, I just look tired. And Dustin Poirier is one of those guys. There's a lot of those guys that are like, it looks like I'm tired, but I'm not tired. And it's like, well, if you look like a duck and you quack like a duck, sometimes you're a fucking duck. And this dude looks like he gets tired later in rounds. And if you're getting tired and all of a sudden you can't get the takedowns because Justin Tafa, it seems like he has decent takedown defense. I think he's going to get taken down early. I think he's going to survive. Can Karl Williams, can he continue to get those takedowns? That's the biggest question mark. I like Karl Williams in this fight because I think he can get the takedowns enough to win the fight. But there definitely is some question marks in this matchup. So I understand the line movement a little bit, but my biggest prediction for this, and it's going to sound pretty obvious, is Karl Williams is going to look like a fucking minus 800 favorite, or he's going to look like a fucking plus 400 dog. I mean, I think it's one way or the other. And I'm going to go Karl Williams here, but I don't fucking absolutely love it. I think he's definitely going to win the first round, though.
This is one of the rare times where I didn't bet on the better fighter. Karl Williams is the better fighter, right? He's His striking actually is probably going to look better, even though Justin Tafa is literally the more accomplished striker. He does have the wrestling. Like, he's the better fighter, but he just looks so fucking terrible in his last. Just clueless and terrible in his last fight. And if he cannot take Justin down, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? You're not going to knock out Justin Tafa. And if you can't take him down, what are you going to do? You has to fight a perfect fight, just pot shot and stay on the outside while Justin tries to march him down. But Chase Sherman lit up Karl's legs. Those exact same leg kicks from Tafa are a problem. So I get it. And I only have a quarter of a unit on him, and I got it at plus 220. If I was looking at this fight today and it was plus 146, I'm not betting that quarter of a unit on him. My pick remains the same, but I'm not betting on it at plus 146. Plus 220, I liked it. Plus 146, I don't like it that much. It will be interesting, and I agree with you. Whoever wins this fight's going to look... Actually, if Justin wins, I don't think he'll look good. It'll look like a Justin Tafa fight. Got hit a few times and then landed in.
Doink. If I think 'em, I sink 'em.
Did he say that? What is that from?
Tai Tuivasa says that.
Poor
guy. Have you seen the picture that's circling now of him getting his hands wrapped with a fucking Crave Case Taco Bell thing in the background?
Was it really?
Jesus. Yeah, it's like this. Oh, the signs were there.
Oh,
He's like
my
getting his
God.
hands wrapped, and on the shelf behind him is literally like a fucking box of fucking Taco Bell. It's like, Jesus Christ. And who knows? It could have just been his corner or whatever, but not a great.
And what even if it was, his cardio didn't give out. He just got taken down. It was fucking... Dude, the way he fell down when he got taken down, I instantly was like, well, he's fucked. Like, he just like...
He was looking so good, too.
And then flopped to the ground.
I mean, he had good... I mean, he was splitting the legs, and then he just couldn't get his hands off above the ass or whatever, and you could tell he was about to get taken down, and it was like, oh, shit.
And when he did, it was like, thunk. Like, it was just... It was
like when I took you down.
It was like, this guy's definitely not going to move. Also, my neighbor texted, Kronk speaks and Rogan Shorts really going after Ange. So he's enjoying the setup.
And you don't like that
in the
Rogan
live
Shorts.
chat. No, he's just wrong and an idiot. So I guess so.
What neighbor
anyway,
is that?
I'm not going to dox them. That's a term I've learned from you.
Well, is it one that was over on Saturday night?
Yes.
Was it the one that I know?
Yes. The one that you have history with. Correct.
That I was best friends with?
Yeah, correct.
That's my boy. What's up, buddy? You remember recess? What day was that? What was that? Yo, you remember November
96.
You remember November 13th, that day at recess, dude? We were fucking I think we went 9-0 in basketball. We were playing 3-on-3 against the entire school. We just ran that shit. The teachers even let us stay out because they're like, these kids are incredible. Just fucking me and him just fucking dominating.
Anybody wondering what the hell
friends.
he's talking about? We told half this story, and I'm not going to tell the whole story, but
I'll
Jacob
tell
was
the whole
over.
story.
You do it. It'll be much faster if you do it.
Basically, we found out.
Don't say his name or
No, I
anything
know,
like that.
but we found out that Angelo's neighbor at one point, like a last week or whatever, that he happened to be in Indiana. That we ended up found out that we went to the same school randomly, and then he found a yearbook, and turns out of 8 billion people in the world, me and Angelo's neighbor that don't know each other, that only know each other through Angelo, were in the same fucking first grade class in Indiana way back in fucking first grade, fucking whatever.
Yeah, and this is it. We are in Texas currently. It is crazy. Because being like, oh, I lived in Indiana for a little bit. All right, that's kind of a coincidence. What town? Oh, yeah, that's the town I lived in. All right, that's a wild coincidence.
Class.
Yeah, did you go to this school?
We were
did
best
go
friends.
to that school.
We were
How old are you?
We were literally best friends, and I can't stress enough how good of friends. And I remember doing a lot of stuff for him. Honestly, I think that there was a lot of time. I mean, there was a lot. Now that I'm remembering, there was.
What's the inflation rate? Yeah,
I
let him borrow money.
I think that he was picked on a lot. I think he was. I remember him being picked on a lot, and me really coming to his defense and really sticking up for him. So I think he might owe me a tick or two.
But it is. So then the neighbor sent a text message with a picture of his yearbook. I think he found it, or his parents go digging around. Well, cover his face.
No,
his name.
just of me. No.
Yeah.
You guys can see
a picture of the yearbook. Him and Jacob are in the same class.
I mean, this is like
holy shit.
This shit is fucking. This picture goes hard too. I mean, That's a fucking dude right there, man.
It is funny you went by Jake then, and now you're like,
shit, man.
Jake.
That's like a Gucci shirt too. I mean, that's a fucking.
No, it's
my
not.
God. Yeah, I mean, look at it. Fucking
Where's your
shit.
neck? It's so funny that looking at that picture, I would assume you were like a short, thick, no neck kid.
God damn, it's a good looking kid, dude. If I was an adult, first person I'd kidnap right there. No questions asked. I see this kid on the playground, I'm scooping him up. Easy.
That looks like a gullible kid. So yeah,
right.
That looks like a not
right.
streetwise kid. So it's
right.
probably doable.
Look at that little fucking smirk.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit.
That looks like a kid that played in his neighbor's basement for no reason.
Shit.
All right, we gotta move on. Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.